Okay, we're going to head into the race bike section here, competition motorcycles. Starting with drag bikes. Again, we're at Barber. This is the Barber Vintage Motorcycle Museum in Leeds, Alabama, just outside of Birmingham. So this is a Harley Screaming Eagle drag bike. You see a few setups here with car engines. This one's running I believe it's a small block Chevy. Another purpose-built kind of a Harley derivative, early 450 Honda drag bike. So you can see the evolution of early drag bikes versus what's being run now. This one running an early KZ motor. Of course, there's really nothing stock about it. Another one that's running an early TZ 250 Yamaha road racing engine in a drag bike. Kawasaki up front. See if I can get a good view of the double engine there. Looking around the other side and look at it. So this is a double engine BSA. I'm partial to double engine drag bikes for some reason. Maybe it's just growing up when I did. It was very popular, and that was the fastest bikes back in my generation were double engine bikes. Some speedway bikes, dirt trackers now, so you can kind of see the evolution of the early flathead Harleys. Running up to here's a Sprint based Harley Davidson, so it's a CR. Then start getting into the Japanese road racers or dirt track bikes. From the British Iron, Bultaco Astro, and then an Osa Dickman replica. And I mean, they were running multi-engine in the early days when they were 70s and stuff, before the rules were changed to eliminate them. You see here one of the Honda CB750 dirt trackers, and of course the Harley XR 750. And then over here we have factory Honda RS 750. This is kind of the motorcycle that took over from Harley for a few years before the rule changes pretty much made them too hard to compete anymore. Over here, a couple of niche racers. You can see we've got this hook climber here. And then right next to the hook climber is a Jawa powered ice racer with the lethal spikes on the tires. See some of the early competition XL RTT Harleys. Okay, so this is an old Norton P111 or P11 desert racer. This is what men in the 50s and 60s were racing in the desert, not like we're seeing now. Evolution of the dirt bikes from the early British iron singles and twins up to Mako. Progression through the CZs, the European motorcycles, Husqvarnas, into some of the Spanish bikes like Montesas. See the Japanese trying to get competitive with the Honda CR. The Bultacos and CZs kind of the end of the line for them. The last of the 490 Makos, which are still very competitive in his racing. ATK, which is a unique motorcycle, another Cannondale, which is also another try an American dirt bike.
It's
And then
you're not going. We check the theater first.
Over here's your trial section. Purpose-built, small boutique trials bikes, and then OSA in their McAndrews replica, very, very popular. Honda TLs are very popular, still popular in vintage trials. Honda Reflex, which is kind of a street legal trials bike. Kawasaki KT 250, another street legal version. RL Suzuki. And of course, the heavy British iron that predated a lot of this. This is very, very effective trials bikes in their days. And over here, you'll see some of the old enduro models. This is Super Pioneer, Workman Sundial, this Husqvarna. Now, what makes it unique is it's an automatic. One of my favorites. This is a Yankee. If you look at this Yankee, it's basically two OSA motors, two OSA 250s Siamese together to make a 500. Dick Mann had a lot of influence on the design of this. KDX 400, one of the more popular enduro bikes, the KDXs in their day. Not to be outdone, Moto Guzzi had their own answer. Of course, Penton, very, very popular. Now it's KTM. And then we'll go through some of the road racers, and you can see the Yamaha pedigree here. So, again, some of the early Yamahas. 1961, so this is kind of when they were getting their start in road racing. And pivot over here, street legal version of a Yamaha YDS1. This one is one of my favorites. It's the YDS1 Scrambler, and you know, just think about this bike and what it meant for Yamaha. This was 1951 or 59, and it was kind of taken. You know, it was really one of the first bikes from Yamaha that was competitive against other bikes. They brought this into America to see what they could do, and they did pretty well with it. Evolution of the Yamahas up through the different road racers in the mid-60s. See them start to get a little more refined in the 70s. Purpose-built, water-cooled, and now you start getting into big ones, the 750s. Over here we've got the sidecar rigs, and I'm just going to say that this is a unique class of racing all unto its own. It takes a special person to be the sidecar rider, not the racer, but to trust your partner as you're flying around the track at top speed.